So just to wrap up on the rounded rose tutorial and to start the other paper flower tutorial, you're going to just keep filling in the gap and making the flower bigger. Once you do that, don't worry about getting the glue all over. You'll just continue until you have more petals. And it really is a fast process once you get the hang of it. And I'm just going to start wrapping it up. I'm going to go a little bit faster so you can get to the part where I start to really make the flowers. There we go. So I'm just going to go over this part. I'm running my finger along the stem to push it up a teeny bit, and that gives it that natural curve. And this is really an important step. I just want to make sure you understand that when you run your thumb and index finger up the stem, it causes it to bend, and then you can just individually bend the petals back. Okay. And if you find that you don't like that little fold, you can always cut it. That's the easiest part about this flower. You can always change it and make alterations to the flower once you start. It's not something that you have to worry about making it perfect the first time. And that bit of glue that's hanging off, you can easily just pull off. Okay? So now that's almost complete. And I'm going to show you, there it is in the center, that nice stem, perfect for giving as a gift or as part of a display. And let me just show you how it looks with some of the other flowers we made. Okay, so that's a nice display. I think what we'll do is we'll add the other flower to it so you can compare and contrast the rounded petals versus the pointier petal, and then the other flower that we made. Okay, so now that we went through those, I just want to show you the different types of roses you can make. We'll now make the other paper flowers we see in the background also out of coffee filters. If you have white coffee filters, this would be great. You can also make it out of any other color coffee filters you can find, or you can even dip your coffee filters to make it another color. And later on, I will show you, if not at the end of this video, in another video, how you can even use a marker or like a gold tip pen to give the edges a little bit of extra color. It would be so pretty if you dip your coffee filters in either paint or in some sort of food coloring or dye to give it more color. So for these flowers, we're going to take a coffee filter, and approximately you'll take between, say, 5 or 6 coffee filters. And again, I say approximate because you want each flower to be individual, so you don't have to make it the exact same. So I told you in a previous video that I covered a salad dressing bottle, a regular old plastic salad dressing bottle, in jute, put a little raffia around it to tie a little bow, and put paper flowers in it. This is a jar that's covered in jute with corks and paper flowers. There are so many different ideas. You can do so many things with these paper flowers, and once you have them, they last. This is just a regular empty jar that I covered the top in jute and then glued the paper flowers along the rim. You can always remove it. It's easy to peel the glue off the glass. If you want, you can glue the paper flowers directly onto the jar lid. So we'll take some coffee filters, we'll fold it in half like we did with the roses. And if it's not evenly folded, you just tug at the bottom and it will be. Fold it in half again, fold it in half again, fold it in half again. So you keep folding in half. The very bottom you just twist. You take another coffee filter and you poke a hole in it. I just did it with my fingers. If you're somebody who wants it to be just perfect, you can cut it with a pair of scissors or something that can make a hole, and you insert the first coffee filter into the second coffee filter. So that becomes your center. And you squeeze it tight and twist. And what I like about this method, it's a no glue, no fuss, no muss method. So you don't have to worry about anything but coffee filters. Poke a hole in the next one. This is your third one. Insert this first and second one. Do the third one and twist. So you don't have to do anything, no glue. And this, I think this is a great craft to make with people who you don't want to give a hot glue gun to, maybe children or for whatever reason. It's so simple and so easy. And this is something you could do in a pinch, meaning if you need some extra flowers for whatever the occasion is, and you don't want to spend a lot of money, just get some coffee filters, twist, hole, twist, hole. It's so simple. Okay, so as it gets bigger, you see how simple it is, and you just keep adding more layers, and that becomes more petals. Okay, so off camera, what I'm doing is getting a few more coffee filters, trying to determine what size I want, and it's entirely up to you. You can make those really big flowers. You can also make a few of these, glue them together, and make one of those big flower balls that are so popular. I also see, in addition to the big flower balls, they have these flower walls, and you could do that with this. There are so many things you can do, and the reason I like this is because it doesn't require glue sticks. You can save your glue sticks, and when I say glue sticks, I mean the hot glue gun sticks. You can save those hot glue gun sticks for if you're making a bigger project, because you run out of those so fast. I mean, glue gets all over the place. So it's a way of cutting a few corners and saving a little bit of money by, instead of using the hot glue gun sticks on the flowers, you can use it to adhere the flowers to your project. So there it is. I mean, it's how easy is that? And I'm just going to show you, I'm just adding some more petals to the outside and twisting. At the very end of this video series, I will show you how you can wrap the bottom of the stem in a coffee filter to make it look like a nice bouquet or a nice package, so that it's nice and even and you don't have to worry about the twist being visible. And all I'm doing is keep twisting it with my fingers. I even tap on it. You know, it's just, you'll see in a few moments, I'll just hit it, I'll twist and hit the top so that it bends the petals down a bit. So twisting, twist, and then tapping. Here you can see the tapping motion. And that just makes it a little bit more realistic. But how fast and easy is that? You see? So you're all done. If you want, you can cut that part off and just use the top. And that's if you have another project. But if you have this would be pretty. You can use some floral tape at the bottom. You can use a little bit of ribbon, raffia, or jute. And I showed you that in a previous video. Okay, so now this is a new project. The same type of flower, but in a different technique with the hot glue. You're going to take the coffee filter, fold it in half, and then you'll do the alternating fold, which is fold it one way, then fold another. Fold it one way, fold it another. And that's exactly what we're doing here. And if I'm going fast, feel free to re-watch it and slow the speed down a bit, but I don't want you to miss any of the folds and all the tips and the tricks that I'm telling you. So just feel free to rewatch it. So now you have an image of my hand, which was unintentional, but you'll be able to see that I'm putting hot glue on it. So all I did was I alternated the folds, and I made the folds kind of narrow, so less than an inch. And that becomes the center. And then I take another bit of filter, I fold it in half like I did the first one, and I do that same alternating fold. It's sort of like a fan, but a little bit different. This one, I just wanted to say that this one isn't going to be that fan. It's going to be more rolled. So this one, we're going to take it, we'll fold it in half and we'll roll it and make it about less than an inch in width. But you could also do it the alternating way. So you see, each time I'm showing you this, I'm giving you different hints. You can vary it. So if you want, you can do it the fold, which is when you fold it in half, then you fold it one direction, fold it the next direction, fold it one direction, fold the next direction. Or you can just keep folding it in half, like I'm doing here. You fold it in half, and then you fold it in half, and then you fold it in half. You can vary it. And that's the fun thing about these paper flowers. There isn't a wrong way of doing it. So what I'm doing is I'm folding it and then hot gluing it to the previous folded filter and making it bigger. If you want, you can, in one paper flower, do both. It makes it more distinctive and it makes it different. So each flower could be a little bit different. There isn't a right or wrong way with this. And that's why I like it. It's a very forgiving flower. Okay, so we're hot gluing these together. And you see how I'm squeezing the stem, but I'm not squeezing the top. And I'm taking another filter, folding it in half. Okay, folding it in half again. And then folding in half again. So doing the same thing. So you can either fold it in half or you can do it the alternating folds, the fan fold. It doesn't matter, just put them together and keep hot gluing them together. And one of the tips I wanted to give you with this is that I'm filling in the center. So I'm starting at the center, then I'm going to one side and filling in with a coffee filter, then I'm filling in the other side with a coffee filter. So I'm going from side to side. The center is in the middle, and then I'm filling in one side and then the other side. And then once I get that filled in, I go to the other side. So I'm filling all around that center paper filter. So I'm starting from each side and then I go to the other side. So from left to right and then from top to bottom, or north, south, east, west. Okay, so then I start to separate the papers to see where else I want to put a filter. So right there, I'm pointing to where I think we should put another filter. And a lot of this is just you kind of going based on what you like, how you like it to look. So you can add as many filters as you want or as few as you want. So as I'm increasing the coffee filters, you see it's getting a distinctive floral look, and I'm just taking my hand and opening it more and more. And I'm going to speed this up just a little bit so you can see how I'm doing the folds in half, and I'm alternating it a bit, and I'm making it bigger and bigger. And you see how it's now at this bigger size. And at this point, you can stop or you can add more filters. It's up to you. And I'm just showing you how it looks. And I'm adding a few more filters because I really wanted to have that full plush look. And I'm making the outer petals larger. So as I fold it in half, I'm making it, instead of going less than an inch, making it more than an inch. And I'm just gradually increasing it. Like I said, there isn't a hard and fast rule about it. It's more based on what you like. And as you make more of these paper flowers, you may change up the width and the number of coffee filters you want to use. Okay, so then you're done. Isn't that easy? But there's one more. I have one more thing I wanted to show you. So I'm taking a coffee filter, folding it in half with the fan part at the top, folding it over, alternating the pattern, which is what I described before. Okay, and I'm putting that down. I'll take another coffee filter. And I'll do the same thing. So in these videos, I've shown you a lot of different techniques, and I hope you really get a chance to watch it and pick up some tips and some ways of saving time, energy, and money with these paper flowers. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. And again, we're taking the coffee filter, folding it in half, and alternating the direction of the fold, sort of fanning it out and putting them down. And we'll do this, like I said, we're probably going to use about between 7 to 8 coffee filters, and I'm just going to speed this up a teeny bit. Okay, so now I'm just going to show you how you're going to now hot glue these filters together. And this is probably one of the easiest paper flowers to make, because you see how you just folded everything, put it in a stack, and you're going to make it narrower as you go along, but you don't even have to with this one. But if you do, you'll start making it bigger in the beginning and make it narrower as you go along. So that centerpiece, that last one in your hand, will be the smaller one, and as you pick them up, they'll be bigger. In this case, you don't even have to do that because it's such a simple paper flower, and you're putting it on, you're starting in the middle, then putting one on the one side, like I said before, and then another on the other side, and then, so it would be north and south, east and west. Okay, now you get my hand again. Okay, and what I like about these crafts is that you are looking at it as you go along, so you're sort of figuring out what you need as you look at the paper flower. So anytime I see like an opening, I decide to add a paper flower to it. Okay, and you see how quick that was? That was a quick and easy paper flower. I think this is probably one of the easiest ones. And then you just sort of open it up. And you're done. That's it. So we've made all these paper flowers. Each one is different. Each one has a different look. You can make a bouquet out of it. You can put it as an arrangement. You can use it as a corsage. You can use it in holiday displays, hang it from a Christmas tree. That would be gorgeous from a Christmas tree. You can use it in a wedding, a party centerpiece. So many options. And I just wanted to show you another quick tip. You can put, I showed you how you can put like a little gold tip on it with a pen. And I have another tip for you. You're going to take a coffee filter, fold it in thirds. So one part of the fan in the center, then you'll flip it to the other side and put that part of the fan in the center. And that will be your fold for the stem. You'll use this to cover the stem, so when we were doing the twist, you'll roll that in that coffee filter so you have a neat presentation. This is also perfect if you're doing corsage or if you're doing a bouquet. And you just roll it in and then you hot glue it closed. Once you do that, you can add a ribbon, you can wrap it in jute, you can put gems on it. That would look really pretty if you just sort of put some gems from it, tie a bow. It's a beautiful presentation. And you just see me here sealing it. I'm just going to use some hot glue to seal it. And so once you do that, you cover up the twist. Isn't that pretty? It's really a pretty look. And you're doing this for pennies. I mean, you can get all of these coffee filters for such an affordable price, and you're making this easy craft, and it looks like it's far more expensive. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments below. And I appreciate you watching. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos.